We're so appreciative, all the County Farm Bureau leaders taking time to visit the state capitol and be able to share the priorities that are important to them and their families and their county farm bureaus.
Kentucky Farm Bureau members from over 90 counties made their way to Frankfort to meet with their state legislators during the Kentucky Farm Bureau Legislative Drive-In and Food Checkout Day.
Farm Bureau does it the right way. So many groups have so many different interests, but we know when Jeff Harper and your lobbying team come to meet with us in our offices, we know this is coming from the 120 farm bureaus. Advocating from the grassroots, bringing up constituents, regular people, friends of mine that come up to advocate for a position on a bill or a budget measure. And so it is very, very effective, and Farm Bureau does it as well as anybody up here.
House Bill 529, which establishes the Kentucky Water Resources Board, has unanimously passed through the Kentucky General Assembly.
In the legislative process, there are some things we do that are important, and there's some things we do that are really important. I count this among those that are really important. For us to be able to regulate our own waters is so vitally important to the ag economy and the future of the Commonwealth, not just from an agricultural standpoint. People much wiser than me refer to water as the next oil. Us being able to control that within the boundaries of our state is vital. I think the other motivation comes from the work that we've seen the EPA try to do. When the EPA tries to say that water no longer has to be wet, it's time for states to step up.
Farm Bureau leaders from across the state traveled to Lexington for the annual State Women's Leadership Conference.
We've got over 235 ladies from 82 counties participating in this event this year. In fact, we're thinking this could be maybe a record.
Conferences like these give women from all agriculture backgrounds an opportunity to come together to share ideas from their area of the state.
As a young farmer, I think it is important for us to be involved in the women's events as well as the young farmer to see the diversity in each group. I think it is important to network with ladies across the state because we all have different abilities, different interests, different events we hold with the ladies group because the ladies are really involved in education of the public as well as of children. So it's good to share those ideas and bounce them off of each other.
He's going to plant a garden just like Thomas Jefferson. We're at Cornerstone Christian Academy in Shelbyville, and our Shelby County Farm Bureau women thinks that it's very important and sees a very high value in sharing ag in the classroom when we have the opportunity.
Shelby County Farm Bureau took part in Ag Literacy Week. Volunteers arranged appointments throughout Kentucky schools to read ag-related books.
We are reading this year's award-winning book, First Peas to the Table. We're going to have the opportunity to talk to them about how Thomas Jefferson raised peas and what he did to help figure out which varieties work better, and we're going to be able to take that a step further and talk about raising vegetables, particularly peas on our farms. Hopefully we plant seeds to inspire them to take an interest in learning about their food and the real way that food is raised across our country.
Today we are having a Ag Pep Rally for FFA Week. All week we've been having a fundraiser called Kiss and Tail, and they're called CAP teams. It's the counselor and assistant principal for each of our communities that we have here at Seneca and the principal, and it goes up by 20s, and whenever they get money donated to their bucket, they have to kiss certain animals.
In fact, I heard that one parent and one scholar in particular contributed a large amount, so I don't know if I owe someone an apology or what. But last year this started with the Kiss the Pig. We got a lot of attention, raised a lot of money, and this year I guess we had to up the ante. So there are multiple animals involved, a pig, a chicken, sheep, and a cow.
Especially this is a good fundraiser for like city chapters because all the kids in the school are like, oh my gosh, they have to kiss these animals, that's completely gross. So they're really getting like stirred up to see them do these things because it's things that they don't see on a daily basis. They don't see these animals.
About 5 years ago, this program almost disappeared from Seneca due to lack of interest, and the program was just very small. And then we were blessed to hire Miss Wright, and through her enthusiasm and passion and knowledge, she was able to just attract scholars to this program. So our next steps now are to actually improve our facilities so that we can better support the teaching and learning and give them more space.
It's just different because a lot of times, sometimes when we go to rural places, they see us as almost like outsiders kind of, but we just remind people that agriculture doesn't have to just be in the rural side. agriculture doesn't just mean living on a farm. It's being a vet, being a florist, things that people don't really pay attention in an everyday life that is ag in the city.